that I do not fit the caliber of women.
I don't care about none of that. What you tell me?
Okay, so I've been committed to a man that I just went on 2 dates with. Should I be committed to a man that I went to 2 meals with?
I don't care about what you're talking about.
That doesn't mean that you have to be committed. That means that you're being honest.
You're clearly trying to deflect from what I said.
Self-explanatory. That shouldn't be something you have to explain.
From what I just said.
That shouldn't be something you have to explain.
Okay,
Majah, let me just...
Majah, you know how when people be saying they, this is what get me. When I hear people saying they single, but then they say they dating. You're all right, so not single. You're not single.
First of all,
maybe you understand the different word of dating.
Let's not move on yet. You're deflecting from what I said. What I said, you keep on bringing up instances that is irrelevant to the conversation.
No, it's not. Everybody in the audience knows it's not. No,
if you stop cutting me off, then I can speak in my entirety. And this is what people who deflect do. They cut you off every minute because they don't want you to get your point across.
Go ahead.
That's what deflection is. What I'm saying to you is, you bringing up shit that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You telling me about the nigga who told you you don't like that you're an activist, and the person you had 2 dates with, and that you went on 2 dates with 2 days ago. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. What I said to you is, you should not be out here asking niggas to take my chart if you're not in a serious state with them. If you're not in a serious state where it's getting to a point where it's about to get serious and you're about to try to run from front.
That's why the my chart came up. Because it's starting to get serious. The my chart came up because it's starting to be spicy.
Everybody already sees my point. I don't gotta go back and forth. Go ahead.
The my chart came up because we've been on dates. He's been on dates with probably other people as well. We both just met each other, but we're realizing that we like each other. So you know what? The conversation of my chart came up. Are you
still talking to 2 niggas?
I'm not.
What are you talking about? It's about to get serious, but you still got the other nigga on the other side. What are you talking about?
On the side? How? He's had somebody on the side too.
Oh my God.
We don't know each other. If you meet, like, y'all are not. Come on now. Come on. You meet somebody at hello, they take you out to dinner. Twice. Am I supposed to just drop everybody else because you took me out to fucking dinner? Get the fuck out of here. So now, okay, it's a vibe. We starting to really like each other. We've been on a couple days. We starting to like each other.
Let me ask you a question, Tamara. I'm going to ask you this question.
Go ahead.
From the time you've been single and dating, why nothing is connected?
Because it's all in God's timing. That's the question you got to ask.
All in God, and God help those who help themselves.
It's the question you got to ask the Most High.
God help those who help themselves. Remember that.
Everybody
always remember that.
Come for reasons and seasons.
God help those who help themselves.
Everybody come for reasons and seasons. That's something that God, whenever the right person comes, I promise you.
Comes for reasons and seasons. So that means what you're saying is, every man that you dated thus far, within the time that you've been single,
yes,
they served their purpose and moved on.
Whether it's me to learn something from them that I'm gonna put in my book that's coming soon, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's something that
once again I'm gonna ask the question once again because you're deflecting again. You're not answering the question. So everybody who you dated within the time you were single served their purpose and move on already. That's
yes. I either learned something from it. I learned how to. It could be an experience that I needed to figure out about my own self, or it could be an experience that just happened.
How are you figuring something out about your own self when you
know mistakes I've learned in the past couple years?
So, all right. So just by experience, that's the only way you learn by experience. Oh, okay.
Somebody said, and I'm insecure. Girl, you know me? Your mother might be insecure, but I'm not. You don't know nothing about me. I have nothing to be insecure about. I'm just very guarded of who the fuck I am. And my energy is extremely important. And I'm not just going to be one of those women that's going to be goofy because a nigga buy me some meal. Here you go, some pussy. No.
So, shit, this man carrying me on lunch from a son. So, Majah, you think I give her food?
And you see what's funny?
I don't pay for
my food. You know what's the funny part? When you create your own narrative to make you feel good within yourself. Because nobody said because a nigga
wrote
gave
that.
you
I was
pussy.
answering the Instagram.
Nobody in the I'm watching the
Somebody
comments.
wrote
Nobody said.
Insecure.
Nobody said that you're supposed to run front because somebody put forth.
I'm saying that.
You just said that.
Yeah.
So you're creating. So what you're doing is creating your own narrative.
I don't know why they
to make
said
yourself
insecure.
feel good about what you say.
No, neither do.
That's what you're doing.
I do not care about that. But I'm simply saying.
But why you said that? Nobody said that. Why did you say that?
I'm saying that.
Why? Why you said that?
Because I'm making my statement. What? No, there's certain things that I'm not gonna just because we go on one or two days. No, but if there's a vibe and it seems like there's a possibility there's something, I need to see your mind chart.
All right, so let me ask you a question. My chart is an app that you can that you download on your phone that have your medical history that you can fucking pull up at any given time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do I have to show you my chart weeks before you're ready to give me the pussy? Why when we on the way to your crib, if you want to give me this pussy, I can pull out my chart, correct?
I don't actually my chart at hello.
What?
I don't actually my chart at hello.
You
But
see,
that
you
is a conversation.
never answer the question that I'm
I'm
asking.
trying to get what you're saying.
You always
What are you saying?
always answering a question that you wasn't asked. I didn't ask you that.
What are you saying?
What I asked you is, when you ready to give up the pussy, I can take out my phone and show you my chart at that present time.
Not
correct?
just listen. And another thing, you could have up to my information that are not up to date. You could take an AIDS test from motherfucking June of last year. That means it's expired.
And the date will be on it. I got my chart. I know what my chart looks like. The date will be on it.
Hey, we're from the truck. Get the vibe from
Hello? What I make it present from the beginning of hello is saying, if we're going to be further into this, I would have to see your mind chart before it goes further. That is that.
At hello. At hello. That's what you're telling me.
Yes! If we ever were to get in, this conversation happens, so I express that.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, are you open to sharing your mind chart? Niggas
yes.
say no, shalom.
I look like Ariel. Okay. Somebody said I look like. They just told me I look like Vicky and stuff. But you say I look like Ariel.
Wow.
Like I said, you don't think that is appropriate in the time that we're in?
No, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be dating multiple niggas and asking me for my chart. What are you talking about? No, I don't. I don't think it's appropriate for you to be asking me for my chart when you dating multiple niggas. No. What am I showing you?
I have my boundaries.
What am I showing you my personal business for? First of all, if you're dating multiple niggas, you can never take it serious.
That's not how it works. That's not what I'm saying. That's not Major. You honestly believe you meet a girl today.
She's dating multiple niggas. You ain't taking me serious.
Hear me out. You meet a woman on a dating app or in a club or wherever you meet her. Y'all went on the first date. She said, I'm single. She says, I'm single. Do you honest to God believe that first date
You
that you went on with
single
that
or you're not in a committed
Relationship. Yeah.
It's two
There's
different
no
things.
relationship and I'm single. So you honestly believe
So you
on that
think you could date
Let's
and be
hear me
single?
out.
No, you can't date and be
So
single.
you believe that you could date and be
We're
single?
not talking about like dating one individual.
Do you believe that you could be date and single?
Dating, yes.
I'm going.
Until we both said
All right, babe.
Serious battery.
Okay.
I'll give up.
You didn't come to the conclusion that said we're in a committed relationship. We are two single fucking people.
No.
No.
Right, so if you want to be technical, when you go to fill out an application and it says single or not, that means if you're married or not.
Yeah.
So if you really want to be technical,
Overall,
even
you're
when
single,
you
period.
what?
Overall, you're single, period.
No. Single. Okay. I've been having this discussion lately.
Unless
With a lot
you're
of people.
married, you are
And
single.
No. If you are single, single means that you're not doing. Single means that you're not doing anything. Single means that you're not in a sexual relationship with nobody. Single means that you're focused on yourself. Now, and dating means that you're dating people to learn things about people and getting to know them.
So
that's what dating means. And
not a committed
relationship. That single means you're not with nobody, you're not doing nothing, and you're not in a committed relationship. Dating means you're dating, but you're not committed to anyone.
Exactly.
But you're not single.
Exactly.
And what I'm saying to you is that dating and single, if I am dating, I'm going
dating
to...
and single is the same thing.
Wait. So you need to tell me...
Dating and single is the same thing?
No. So you mean to tell me, me going on a date with an individual, right? One individual, one date. I am a single woman. I go home by myself. I'm not
Tamara,
with anyone. Just
Tamara,
hear me out.
Tamara, there's a difference between
woman.
going on a date and dating. There's two different things. You said you're dating two men.
Yeah,
you said you're dating two men.
Means more.
You didn't say you went on. You didn't say you went on a date. You didn't say you went on a date. You said I am dating two individuals.
Not dating in a committed situation. No, dating like I'm dating him. I went on a date with him. I went on a date with him.
What's your definition of dating?
Maybe that's what it is.
What's your definition of dating?
Until both of us are in an exclusive relationship, we are single. Two people come together and said, you are my woman and you're my man.
Dating. That is not dating.
I am not exclusively dating anyone.
That is not dating.
I am not exclusively dating.
That is not dating.
I am not.
That is not dating. What you're talking about is not dating.
I am not exclusively dating anyone. So I could date multiple people if I want to. Because I'm not in a committed relationship with anyone. I'm not fucking anyone. I'm not just, I am going around seeing what makes sense.
Yeah, so you collecting data.
Well, you could call it that too. So we find what we're looking
for. So if that's the case, right? Mm-hmm. Watch this. If that's the case, why do you always have to check? If such and such is on before
nobody in my business.
So it's not the next person's business to know that you dated someone else.
Not really.
Oh, okay. So you manipulative then?
That's not.
You
I want to know in the conversation I'm having with my friend.
This is a public platform. What are you talking about?
I don't want them to know my
We're not on
business.
fucking FaceTime. What are you talking about?
I don't want them in my business. So of course, someone be like, hold on, let me make sure this person not here. I don't want them in my business.
You the only person that I talk to on live that ever does that. Yo, hold on, wait, let me see.
And it's not just them. It's from my mother. It's from my siblings.
You don't think that is the adult thing to do, to let the person that you're dating know. Listen, I'm dating multiple people.
They know. And everybody, listen. When you are dating, it doesn't mean until.
You just said that they doesn't know. They don't need to know your business. You just said that 20 minutes ago.
My business in my conversation.
I asked you, does the other person know that you're dating multiple people? You said no. They don't need to know your business. You said that
Majah,
20 minutes ago.
But this is the thing.
20 minutes ago you said that.
If I am dating and I'm not exclusive, why do they need to know anything? You know how
that's the adult, mature thing to do if you're dating with purpose. That's why. If you're dating with purpose and I'm entertaining you, you should know that I'm entertaining multiple people. That's why.
Self-explanatory.
If you go look up,
there's no way a man is meeting a woman. whether on a dating app, whether wherever. One
So
day,
you don't think? So you don't think
the
that a
only
man
nigga in
should
the
tell you?
world?
So you don't think a man should tell you if he meets you and you like him and you take him seriously? You don't think that that man should say to you, "Yo, Tamara, I understand you like me and everything, but I'm dating multiple women." You don't think that's
I
the mature
automatically
thing to do?
assume that at hello.
Do you think you keep on asking? You keep
He's
on
not
answering questions
obligated to
I'm not
tell me
asking.
anything because I'm not his woman. But if we're getting serious, yes.
You keep answering questions I'm not asking you. Do you think that is the mature thing for that man to do is to be transparent and upfront with
Yes.
you? So why you not doing it?
Right.
What is
Yeah.
that? It's self-explanatory.
What's
How we met.
self-explanatory? What's
Asia,
self-explanatory?
if you meet me on a dating app, do you honest to God think you're the only man I'm talking to?
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Now you leading me to assume.
Assume
Now
all
you
the
leading me
time.
to assume. Do I honestly think? Why don't you just be transparent and say it?
Yeah.
I don't
Why I gotta
have
assume?
to.
Why
How
I
you
gotta
meet
think?
me should we did not have a conversation. I'm your woman, so don't assume anything.
Right,
don't-
and that's why
when
you
I
should
meet
be
a
the
man-
adult and
When
say
I
it.
meet a man,
That's
I
why
don't
you should
assume
say it as the adult. What are you talking about?
When I meet a man,
Don't assume anything.
I
You just said it
know
yourself. Don't assume anything.
there's a possibility.
You
that
just
there's
said
a
it out of your
reasonable-
own mouth. Don't
What I'm
assume
saying
anything.
wait, when I meet a man, I know for a fact if I'm attracted to him, there are other motherfucking women that are attracted to him, and it's possible.
There's married men that women is attracted to. So what is
And
your
there's
point?
a possibility
What is
that
your
other
point?
women is talking to him. I would never go in thinking I'm the only bitch on the
Oh my
planet.
God.
Why would I assume that?
Yo, at this age, Tamara, I ain't gonna lie to you. At this age,
No, that's bullshit what you're saying.
this is where the game's coming at.
No.
And this is why people is always played
You are
with.
bugging. Y'all lying.
This is why people is always played with.
Played with,
Because
yeah.
because of these
Why
stupid
would I
ass
assume
Because people
at hello?
don't be honest.
No, why would I assume at hello that I'm the only?
Why would I assume that you're not talking to one dude?
Why would you assume that? I'm not.
Why
your
would I
woman.
not? Why would I not?
I'm not your
But
woman.
I'm thinking that I'm talking to somebody that's on the same page as me, that wants something serious, and you're dating
I
just
want
me.
something serious, but don't assume you're the only nigga on the planet. And hello.
Yo, this is ridiculous. What you saying is so fucking
It's
sad.
not.
I'm telling you. What you saying is very sad, Tamara.
Why?
I swear to God. As a woman in your
Until I have a
40s,
conversation
as a
with
woman in
you,
your 40s, this
I
shit
don't
is
care
fucking
until I
sad.
have a
I'm
conversation
keeping
with
it real.
you, and we are exclusively dating. And you said, "Listen, I just want to talk to you. You just want to talk to me."
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Hello in a meal.
So let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question.
Go
Right?
ahead.
Let's say a nigga likes you and he talking to you, somebody you met on this dating app. You talking to him for 15 dates, y'all on dates and all of this.
So that's a different ballgame. That's that's time.
Oh my God, you don't even let people
Go
fucking
ahead.
talk.
Go ahead, nigga.
What the
Go
fuck?
ahead. Go ahead.
What's a different ball game? What's a different ball game?
Time is invested.
2 dates and 10 dates is the total difference.
Time is invested. Come on, we gotta be
Tamara, how many
logical here.
dates you went on with the dude that you said you took 30 days? How long? How many dates y'all went on?
So far, about 4.
In 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's time invested.
And there's chemistry.
So that's time invested. Every time you don't answer my question, I'm just gonna reiterate the question. So that's time invested to you. 30 days, 4 dates is time invested to you.
With that particular individual.
Oh, with that particular individual.
Yeah, because there's a...
Oh, so now there's different stipulations to it now.
Of course, depends on how that person makes you feel.
Okay. Let's say, so you asked him for his my chart because potentially you ready to give him some pussy, potentially.
No, potentially I might kiss him. Potentially, yes, potentially we could fuck. Because there's genuine chemistry.
Is it no or is it yes? Which one is it? I don't know.
Potentially we could fuck because it's genuine chemistry.
Okay, so let's say you fuck him now and then you find out he's married and he says to you, "Oh, why did you assume I wasn't married?" How would you feel?
Why did I assume he wasn't married? I asked those questions.
Hey,
I don't assume.
suppose he said no.
then he lied.
Right.
Yeah. But there hasn't been any exclusiveness between us.
That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you that. Again, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, suppose you gave this man some front and found out that he was married. And then he looked at you and told you, why did you assume I wasn't married?
I wouldn't assume. I would ask questions. And if he says he's married, we are not entertaining.
So you don't believe that it's that man's job to tell you, listen, I'm married. You don't believe that he should do that?
It's his job to tell me he's married, but it's not my job to go break it to you that I am going on one fucking other date by you meeting me at hello.
So why
I don't have to tell you that.
Why is it his job?
Why should I have to?
Why is it his job and not yours?
You're not my man.
Why is it his job and not yours? You're not his girl. Why should he
First of all,
tell you he married?
First of all, if we get to the stage of having sexual relationships, that means time was.
Tamara, you just told us 30 days ready to give some man some front.
I didn't say
just
that.
Told us that.
I said it's possibly we could kiss, it's possibly we could have. What I'm
potentially
saying,
you gonna give y'all gonna fuck.
Because there's chemistry. Time and chemistry are building. But what I'm saying to you is that if you take me out on one fucking date, I'm not obligated to tell you.
I don't know where
I'm dating.
You got the one date from because that's not what the premise of the conversation.
But that's what it is.
The premise of the conversation came from you asking the man for his my chart. That's where the premise of the conversation came from. And you said, at hello, you're asking for my chart. At hello.
I put it out there that if there's a possibility of us getting anything potentially serious, I'm going to request a my chart. If that person says I'm not interested in showing a my chart, that's the end of our conversation. So that stipulation is at the door, at hello.
All right, I will say this, right? Sometimes the way we do things and the way we accustomed doing shit, sometimes it's always good to just try different things.
Like
that's
what?
all I'm gonna say.
All right, so what's the different things?
Like I said, sometimes we feel like we be in our perfect bag and we perfect and what we doing is good and what we doing is the right thing and this and that. But sometimes it's good to take different perspectives on different shit.
I hear you. I'm not saying no to that. So
no,
let me
you're
give
not
you
hearing me because I'm gonna tell you why you're not hearing.
So let me give you your application point.
For one,
right?
you don't let nobody talk.
Go ahead.
For two, you don't answer questions properly. And for three, you keep saying we bugging when we give you our perspective.
So let me give you a case in point, ladies and gentlemen. I met somebody, right? I'm not going to give timeline because I don't want to disrespect that person. We went on 5 dates. 5. My energy was going towards this individual. No lie. We were on the phone every day, listening to music. Everything was going so fucking good. I mean, we had so much in common. But I noticed that he kind of didn't rush any, like when we're around each other, he's not rushing to, he kissed me on the cheek when we say goodnight. He was a gentleman. And I respect him for that. One day he says to me, T, we got to talk. Because it was kind of getting serious. You know, we like each other. You know what he said to me when he said we had to talk? What could y'all guess in the comment he said to me? He said, I know you're very serious about, your health, and I don't want to ever bullshit you. He said, hey, I have genital herpes.
Whoa.
What's the point? What's the point?
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Just listen to what I'm saying to you. If I don't have barriers up for my motherfucking self, I could have been one of those person that's hot, spicy, because he's a handsome, gorgeous man. He's he's successful. He makes you. I could have jumped in the sacks with this man. Thank God he was respectful to fucking say that to me. So I have to. That's why he was a little, when I asked him, because we were getting serious, and I asked him about his my chart, he decided to have that conversation with me. So I am going to always have barriers up. I don't give a fuck. I have barriers up at hello. Yo, if we potentially get serious, in order to get further, you got to show me your my chart. That's my rule.
See, that's a whole other topic, because I know someone like that too, and it does take time to build rapport before just disclosing that. But everything else, as it relates to transparency, I do think that you should be upfront with whoever you're dating.
But
I think it's
self-explanatory at one date. I'm dating.
Not necessarily, because everyone dates differently.
That's true.
Because I'm the type, I'm dating, if I'm dating you, I'm dating just that one person, but that's just me. You have other people who date multiple people, and that also lets that guy know, well, dang, I may have to step it up, you know, especially if she's dating more people, to kind of show them that I'm interested.
That's never gonna be me. You tell me you dating another nigga, I'm falling all the way back. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be like, damn, what happened to this nigga?
Right, I'm the same way. I can't date multiple people. Like,
I'm not in competition with nobody.
Same.
And if you got options, go with the options.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yep.
So if you gonna be honest and upfront with me from the beginning, then we can save a lot of time and energy from all this bullshit. Because we're not gonna play that game.
Exactly. But no, I have friends who date multiple people, especially if they've been recently divorced. A lot of times they don't even just.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that. But being transparent as a grown adult, being transparent to me means a lot. Because all right, if you fucking 25, 26 and you doing that, I expect that from a younger person. But I don't expect that from a grown ass person to play this game.
I don't think that's the game. If I meet you at hello and we went on one date, for me to come and tell you that you're the only nigga on the planet, that's crazy. I'm not doing that.
You're trying your best to make it extremist by saying you're the only nigga on the planet. But at the end of the day, transparency is transparency. Straight up. Period. Point blank. That nigga that you was kissing on the cheek and all that bullshit, he should have told you that he had herpes from the gate.
Yeah.
From the gate.
All right, well,
from day one,
Major, let's not talk too much about it.
You said it. What the fuck you mean?
I know, but I don't want to bring it up too much. I said, let's not bring it up.
He told you that from the gate.
What talk about it?
What are you talking about?
I don't want to talk about it too much.
Because sometimes, like, those people, I know people, I'm going to tell the social word.
I know, but I don't want to go too much into it because the person has social media and I never want to disrespect.
Oh, please, Tamara, please.
Being in the field of, like, social work or just other, like, sectors, you'll find that some people who have that were also a victim of it.
Yeah.
So I can understand that part where it's a hard conversation.
It's a hard conversation. He told me he said it was hard. It was hard.
But again, it's one of those that's a gray area situation to me. But I think I would assume
gray area is that if I'm sick, I should be telling people I'm sick. What gray area is that? I don't give a. First of all, if you're dating, then you should be comfortable with telling people that if you're dating.
Right. The people are not fucking doing that. It sounds good to say that.
That whatever you got, and you know that you got it, and you're comfortable dating. That should be out the gate.
Well, we don't know niggas are not doing that. Yeah. Niggas are not doing that. That's why people are catching shit.
Yeah. So I see both sides because I do know a friend who caught that off of somebody.
I know people that caught it too. People are not saying anything nowadays. They're like, I got hurt.
Well, you can't expect that from people when you're not even telling niggas how much people
I don't have to say when I meet you at hello.
Well, then that nigga don't have to tell you either then.
Major.
That nigga don't have to tell you either then.
If we are not in an exclusive situation, you know why that brother came close to say what he had to say to me? Because he saw that it was getting serious.
But on the flip side, you could have reacted, or if it was the other way around, he could have reacted and just, if you're not educated either on knowing how to...
I could have been an asshole about it.
You could have been an asshole. He could have been one. So I see both sides, but it just still boils back down to transparency and honesty. I'm sure they have dating sites probably for people who have other sicknesses. If not, that's a good entrepreneurial idea for anybody out there. But yeah.
I just feel like when people are hurt, especially by having anything, some people hurt people, and some people are not transparent with their shit nowadays. Some people are vengeful with their shit. Some people want to hurt motherfuckers because they're hurt and depressed about it. So I am very, very skeptical when I meet people that don't care about, like if I stay at the door, it's my barrier, it's my way of protecting.
So do you know that you could get hurt by not telling a nigga that you date multiple people?
Yeah.
But why would you assume that that I'm not doing the other day?
Then you go again, not answering the question. Do you know that you can get hurt by not telling a dude that you're dating multiple people? Do you know that?
I'm not exclusive to you.
Do you know that? Yes or no?
Yes, a crazy nigga could be stupid, yes.
They assume that because you respond so quickly or you're always picking up on FaceTime, that it's just you, and that may not be true. And then he finds out you on a date, you see him at a restaurant with another guy.
This is what I say. Until you say to me, because like y'all like to say, man control marriage and relationship.
I'm going to say this after you finish. After you finish, I'm going to say
Until
this.
you say to me, let's get exclusive. I want to take you serious. I want to date you serious.
Oh, until somebody said that to you.
Until I have those conversations and potentially, or we are saying, let's try to see each other without nobody else and see.
Well, why would I
get serious.
say that to you if I don't know if you're dating somebody or not? Why would I say that?
We have, because adults have conversations. Adults have conversations.
Tamara, let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. Right? Because I'm sure sex conversations come up when you're talking to these people, right? Watch this now. I'm talking to you. I asked you when is the last time you had sex, right? Yeah. What is your answer most likely?
Most likely last year.
Last year, okay. So in my mind, I'm thinking she not fucking nobody. So
Yeah,
she's
I'm
not dating
very
nobody.
exclusive. I'm very, very open
Just
about it.
hush for a minute, please. I'm just asking a question, and now I'm giving you my statement. If you, as a woman, I'm interested in you, and I say to you, when was the last time you had sex? And you tell me last year, sweetheart, there's no way in fucking God's earth that I'm gonna think you're out here dating niggas. There's no way. There's no way.
Why?
I'm gonna think that.
Why?
Because everybody's fucking nowadays. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. And if you tell me you ain't had sex this last year, I'm gonna think, well, she don't got that nigga that she's fucking with. Like that. That's an assumption.
Yeah.
Because of your answer, right? So now, I'm going on dates with you. I'm spending my money, taking you out, entertaining you, and all of this shit, taking you to the museum, taking you to get surf and turf, all of this shit. I'm spending my money. You don't know how I got my money. You don't know how I hustled for this money, how I came about getting this money. But I'm doing it because I'm trying to impress you, and I'm trying to show you that I'm interested. Now, boom, all of a sudden you dating multiple niggas. You don't think that nigga has a right to be upset?
If we're going down the road of getting mad serious.
All right, forget it.
I get what you're saying.
Forget it. I'm good.
It's a I guess everybody wants men to pay for the date. So coming out the gate, that's already expected. So I can see where he's saying, like, damn, I just paid for this meal. I'm investing time into you just to find out you're dating somebody else. So that's why it is great to have
everything is never what it really seems like.
No.
Everything is never what it seems like. There's a lot of niggas that you might think is well off and good at this and that. And these niggas could be taking their last money to take you out to make you feel good within yourself. And here you are telling me you don't owe me no fucking a fucking transparent conversation because you're not my girl. Or because
So
you
you
have
know what?
to
When we go to you men, Major, when we go to you men, right? And we's like, oh, well, I'm not dating anyone right now. I'm just seeing you. And that nigga turn around and tell you, well, sweetie, we just met. I'm getting to know you, but I have other ladies. That's what it be. Y'all don't be wanting us to come at y'all on some.
Did you just hear what you just said? You sound very foolish, but what you just said. Say it again, what you just said. Say it again. Say it again.
When women come to you guys and tell y'all, oh, well, are you dating other men, other women? Most of the time, you know what they turn and say, well, shorty, we just met. So,
you know what you said?
What?
It's nobody's business to know how many people you dated.
We just met. He has a right to say that.
What you just said. That's a total difference. The nigga said, oh, shorty, we just met. That's a total difference from hiding something that is a fact. You're hiding a fact from a person.
You wildin'.
All right. Okay.
When dating multiple people,
and I'm gonna tell you, hold on, Bella. I'm gonna tell you this for transparency. This ain't about gender. This is about being an adult.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's a man or a woman. Both should be transparent. Both should be telling the fucking facts.
Yeah.
Listen, shorty, I'm chilling. I'm not even trying to get in a relationship. I just want somebody to hang with, have a good time, and chill. Or, shorty, I'm married, but me and my wife ain't doing so well, so I'm out here weighing my options. Or, shorty, I'm looking for somebody seriously, but I'm out here doing me. That's what it should be. I don't give a fuck if it's man or woman, because that shit has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with maturity. That's what it has to do
That's not
for me.
what it is, though. You already know niggas are not coming out.
No, that's not what it is. You part of the problem.
Shut up. Shut up, Nigel. Shut up. Shut up.
Wait.
As I am not exceeding. Listen, I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not in a.
Therefore, you don't owe me.
Wait.
Therefore, you don't owe me no
You did not
transparency.
tell me that we are exclusive. We are not. We didn't have a conversation that we are dating exclusive. I can do whatever I want. Until then,
Nobody said
until
you
we
can't
both.
do
Hold
whatever
on. Until me and you say, yo, I want to take this to another level. We've been going on a few dates, and I like you a lot, and I think, here's my mic chart, and I want it. Then the conversation is okay. I don't want to see anyone.
So you shouldn't be transparent about nothing until those things happen. That's
You shouldn't have to know.
What I'm saying.
You shouldn't. Listen, I'm not going on dates for a year with a person. I'm doing my whole.
There you go again, not answering the question. Once again, the question again, because I got to keep reiterating the question to get an answer. You believe that there should be no transparency until those conversations
That is my transparency, though. My transparency is that, listen.
What?
When you meet, all right, let me say this. When you meet me at hello, hi, if we get very close and it gets serious, I would like for you to show me your mic chart. If they ask me, are you dating? I'm dating. I have nobody I'm in a relationship with, and I'm not fucking. That's where it stops. Now, if we get more serious, if we are more involved, and it seems like it's going somewhere, you show me your mic chart, I show me my chart, and it's a possibility that we're going to fuck. Everybody's out the window because now we are on a different level.
How is everybody out the window when you just told us you met this dude or you've been dating this person for 30 days, y'all went on 4 dates, you asked him for your fucking mic chart.
Evaluate.
You see, you know, but do y'all notice how when she talks, I turn to the side and listen? You notice that?
God.
Do y'all notice
Go
that?
ahead.
And every time I start talking, she start cutting and interrupting. Y'all notice that? I just want y'all to understand what's going on. All right. You just told us the person that you've been talking to for 30 days, y'all went on 4 dates. See, one thing about me, you can't play with me when it comes to conversations because I listen and I understand the premise of a conversation. You said that y'all went on 4 dates. You had the conversation with him about my chart, right? You just said, out of your own mouth, you just said, when it gets there, everybody else is cut off. Did you just not say that?
If it gets,
Did you just not say that, yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, so how the fuck are you still dating 2 niggas then? If it gets there, everybody else is cut off. But you just told us you dating 2 niggas.
Talking in general. Oh my God, I'm not saying figuratively. Oh my God. Come on. Nigel, you dragging it. I'm just saying in general.
I just think it's fair to tell people, especially if you're going on multiple dates, because dates aren't cheap. Like, they're spending their money and time just as much as you're spending your time.
But let me ask you a question.
Dates aren't cheap.
That's why
But let me ask you
people
a question.
should be upfront and be honest and let people know when they are talking to multiple people instead of getting people wasting their time, making them think that they are not talking to other people. Honesty is, however, when you hear people saying you are what you attract. So if you sitting out there,
Hold on, because I don't want to.
no, I'm not even talking about you, T. I'm not even talking about you,
I
T.
just want to say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Hold on, 1 minute, Mom. What I'm saying is that